Kent County Dispatch alerted officers to a vehicle suspected of being involved in earlier armed robberies in Grand Rapids. An officer spotted the vehicle and attempted to stop it, but the driver suddenly accelerated and fled, leading to a pursuit.
SES 263, South Carolina.
South Carolina plate coming up to 196 at 11:53.
68.
MST.
The chase continued for about 2 miles along Lake Michigan Drive. After several pit attempts, officers forced the vehicle to spin and come to a stop near Richards Avenue. The occupants fled on foot but were quickly located and taken into custody with assistance from Kent County and Grand Rapids Police. The suspect now faces multiple serious charges. An officer on patrol along Interstate 555 noticed a white Nissan Versa. After checking the plate, the vehicle was confirmed to have no insurance. The officer activated his lights to initiate a traffic stop, but the driver refused to pull over. The vehicle continued through nearby roads before heading back toward I-555.
Call it 1037. They're going ground. Just got back on the interstate.
Northbound, southwest on Fabricated.
TBI.
Not working.
Once on the interstate, the situation escalated. The suspect accelerated to speeds over 100 miles per hour while attempting to evade officers. During the second pit attempt, the suspect vehicle was sent into a concrete wall, while the patrol car struck the median barrier. The driver was removed from the vehicle and taken into custody. The individual was taken to the hospital for evaluation before being booked into the detention center. The suspect now faces charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving, and driving without liability insurance. Police responded to an armed carjacking at Orange Gate Park. A suspect reportedly approached a woman from the tree line, pointed a gun, and stole her vehicle. An Apple AirTag inside the car helped officers track it to the Federal Way area. When police moved in, the suspect jumped back into the vehicle and fled, leading to a pursuit through Fife and onto southbound I-5.
He hit the side mirror of the car at the intersection of First Ave South. He's now the number 1 lane. Still southbound, medium traffic, speeds are 62. Went for a pit, car wrecked out. Get blocked in.
Near South 56th Street, officers performed a maneuver that forced the stolen vehicle to stop. The driver ran off on foot, leaving a female passenger inside.
What action?
Moments later, vehicles involved in the crash caught fire. Officers quickly pulled the passenger to safety, and a firearm was later recovered near the vehicle. The suspect now faces multiple charges, including first-degree robbery and attempting to elude police.
He's coming back out to the exit.
While on patrol, an officer noticed a vehicle with heavily tinted windows and a suspicious license plate. When the officer attempted to stop the vehicle, the driver fled and drove recklessly through nearby apartment complexes and shopping centers.
Park place. About to dip push button. He's gonna be making a right on Godby back towards 314. Vehicle.
The pursuit continued along Godby Road and West Fayetteville Road, where the suspect reached speeds over 100 miles per hour. The driver entered oncoming lanes, ran a red light, and weaved through traffic.
Right onto 314.
The chase ended when the vehicle lost control on wet pavement and crashed into a wooded area. The driver tried to run but was stopped after a deputy deployed a taser. The driver, identified as Collins, was taken into custody after the foot chase. Investigators later confirmed the vehicle was stolen and recovered about 1.4 pounds of marijuana along with drug packaging materials inside. Tallahassee police began pursuing a vehicle linked to an armed carjacking after spotting it on Capitol Circle Northwest. The stolen car fled northbound at high speed. A Florida Highway Patrol trooper joined and took the lead as the suspect continued driving over 100 miles per hour, forcing vehicles off the road while crossing from Leon County into Gadsden County. Moments later, the trooper struck the rear of the car with a push bumper as it turned onto Concord Bainbridge Road. Both vehicles slid into a roadside ditch and stopped. The driver, Devin Jurger, and passenger Delisa E. Morgan were detained, and a firearm was recovered from the vehicle. What do you think about this pursuit? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Officers were dispatched to assist with a vehicle pursuit that began in Madison, Arkansas. Multiple units joined the chase as the suspect vehicle traveled westbound on Highway 334.
keep going. Jump in. It's still rolling, it's still rolling, it's still rolling.
During the pursuit, officers attempted a tactical vehicle intervention, but the driver regained control and continued fleeing through several streets.
Okay, wrong roster. Wrong roster.
The pursuit ended at the intersection of South Rosser Street and East Davis Street. The suspect vehicle collided with one police unit and struck another patrol car while reversing. The driver was identified as Jonathan Howard and was taken into custody. He now faces several charges, including fleeing, driving under the influence, aggravated assault, possession of open alcoholic beverages, property damage, and reckless driving. Several callers reported being followed by a white pickup truck into the parking lot near the Lilburn Police Department. Officers soon spotted the suspect vehicle, a white Dodge Ram, driving past headquarters and attempted a traffic stop. The driver refused to stop and fled toward the Walmart area on Lawrenceville Highway. During the escape, the truck rammed a patrol vehicle and later struck several other cars while officers attempted to stop it. Police tried a pit maneuver and deployed stop sticks, but both efforts failed as the suspect continued driving recklessly through traffic. Due to the growing danger, officers eventually called off the pursuit. The suspect was later located in Norcross by Gwinnett Police and taken into custody. He faces charges including aggravated assault on a police officer, fleeing and eluding, hit and run, and multiple traffic violations.
A street takeover erupted in the University Plaza area of Tampa. As law enforcement moved in, 3 vehicles broke away from the crowd and fled the smoke-filled parking lot. When police arrived, the suspects fled in chaos.
Right now. Somebody on the driver's side.
The black Dodge Charger accelerated onto the main roadway. At the same time, another vehicle weaved through multiple parking lots, cutting between shopping center entrances in an attempt to evade capture. Units coordinated ahead and blocked the vehicle in front of a shopping center, taking the driver into custody as soon as it came to a stop. Meanwhile, the situation was far from over as the pursuit stretched across multiple intersections. A front tire separated, sparks flew across the pavement, yet the driver continued pressing the throttle in an attempt to escape.
On fire over at the Wawa.
Troopers stayed with it and ultimately forced the vehicle to stop. Three occupants were detained. A search revealed marijuana and a loaded 9mm handgun. The driver now faces charges including fleeing, street racing, and weapons-related offenses. Street performances can turn into criminal cases within minutes when speed and firearms put an entire community at risk. On May 11, 2025, multiple agencies moved in on a suspected street takeover in Orange County. Live video showed vehicles spinning donuts and crowds gathering at an intersection. As units blocked escape routes, several cars fled recklessly, ignoring police presence and forcing their way through traffic controls.
Taking a U-turn now, come back west now. It's purple.
One silver Infiniti pushed forward despite the roadblock, striking a marked patrol car.
You get the flare, go to Parker, 4 stamp. 2-foot occupant.
The vehicle was stopped in a felony arrest. The driver was taken into custody, and firearms were recovered from inside. Street takeovers turn roads into hazards, and forcing through police lines only accelerates serious consequences.
The least that you were getting.
Troopers received intel about an organized stunt driving group blocking intersections on North Avenue. A silver Lexus IS 300 was seen spinning donuts and nearly striking other vehicles. When officers moved in, the driver reversed and fled, racing through busy streets and a college campus. He made erratic lane changes and ignored public safety.
Go right, northbound, north side drive. 4 lane right, northbound, north side drive, 4 ahead.
Troopers used 2 controlled pit maneuvers to stop the Lexus near Northside Drive.
I got the dog, I got the dog.
After the vehicle was pinned, officers secured the occupants and took the driver into custody. Street stunts erase margins. Reckless choices trap everyone inside. And control ends risks that never should have started. Law enforcement responded to a coordinated street takeover in a residential neighborhood in Hillsboro County. Vehicles were spinning burnouts and drifting through the intersection as crowds scattered at the sight of police. A blue sedan with heavily tinted windows was observed blocking traffic and driving recklessly. When officers attempted a stop, the masked driver reversed, ignored commands, and fled through the neighborhood. Due to the danger posed to residents, a pursuit was immediately initiated.
Put it in park, you're gonna get wrecked. You understand? You're gonna get wrecked. Stop moving that car. Stop moving that car.
Troopers quickly positioned themselves and executed a precision immobilization technique, successfully bringing the vehicle to a stop.
Stop it in the car! On the front car! Stay in the car! Stay in the car! Stay in the car! Stay down!
The driver was taken into custody without further incident and charged with fleeing to elude and street racing. What began as a street spectacle ended in handcuffs once control was restored. Troopers responded to reports of street racing near North Decatur and Claremont. Aviation units monitored from above as crowds gathered and lanes became blocked. A white Lexus bolted from the scene, leading troopers through sharp turns and crowded roads at high speed, repeatedly flirting with loss of control. The run ended on West Ponce de Leon Avenue when the driver failed to hold a fast curve. The vehicle collided with another car, bringing the pursuit to an abrupt stop. The driver was taken into custody and now faces multiple charges. Crowded streets leave no room for racing, and reckless speed always finds a hard limit.
Baltimore police were inside a store on Bel Air Road when they noticed a man they believed was armed. As officers moved to make contact, Dwight Hawkins, 37, began to flee.
Get your hand out the dick! Let me see it! Let me see it! Let me see it! Let me see it!
In close proximity to one of the officers, he produced a handgun, prompting two officers to fire their service weapons. Hawkins was transported to a hospital and later pronounced deceased.
Let me see it! Let me see it!
A firearm was recovered at the scene. No officers were injured. The introduction of a gun into an already tense encounter can alter the outcome in seconds, leaving consequences that cannot be reversed.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Let me see your eye! Let me see your eye!
Jacksonville Sheriff's Office responded to an armed domestic disturbance on Dunn Avenue involving 62-year-old Jose Cabrera. He allegedly threatened his wife with a knife before leaving the scene. Officers later located Cabrera in his vehicle on Foxtail Lane after he told police they would have to kill him before he returned to prison.
Hey, don't grab that. Hey, he's got a knife. He's got a knife. Let's go. Let's go. Drop it. Shoot me. Drop damn knife. Drop it. Drop it. Shoot me.
As officers approached, Nick Cabrera grabbed a knife and moved toward them, ignoring repeated commands to drop the weapon. 3 officers opened fire. Cabrera was taken to the hospital and later succumbed to his injuries. Escalation can happen in seconds, and once it gets out of control, the consequences can be permanent.
Hey, don't grab that. Hey.
Hey, he got a knife. He got a knife.
Drop that knife.
A Fresno police officer contacted 41-year-old Bradley Nicholson in an alley. Nicholson, who was on post-release supervision, gave a false name and resisted detention.
Hamburger, Clinton, and West. Go ahead, put your hands behind the back. Jason.
No.
Jason, we're not.
Please stop.
Jason,
Look.
I will tase you.
No.
Jason,
I don't.
I'm not asking.
I'm not on parole or nothing.
Jason, we're
I'm not on
doing
parole.
this.
I'm not on parole. Stop.
Jason,
Stop.
stop.
Stop, man.
Jason,
Stop.
I'm gonna dump you, bro.
Stop.
Jason, hey, what are you doing?
Stop, man.
Jason,
Stop. Let go, man. Let go.
Jason,
Let go of me.
Jason,
Let go of me.
Jason.
Let go.
I'm gonna drop you right now.
Let go. No, you're not. Let go. Oh.
Shots fired, shots fired.
During the struggle, he pulled a handgun and fired at close range, the bullet striking the officer's hat, but narrowly missing him. The officer returned fire as Nicholson ran into a nearby carport, still armed.
Back alley.
Show me you can.
Jason! Give me Jason Nicholson. Jason, put the gun down now!
Put it down.
And other units quickly arrived to provide support, repeatedly urging him to surrender while the situation remained tense. After more than an hour of tension, Nicholson finally dropped the gun and surrendered. The volatile encounter came to an end, one that unfolded in seconds and could have taken a far darker turn. A speeding violation quickly escalated into a dangerous pursuit in Fort Smith. A trooper clocked a black Nissan Altima at 58 in a 45 zone. When the lights were activated, the driver fled, running stop signs and blowing through a red light. Authorities carried out multiple tactical interventions. The vehicle reached speeds near 109 miles per hour, tearing through neighborhoods and city streets.
We're on stroke, coming up the Stroger lane. I'm not. We're Lockett Lane. Going back towards Rogers, toward Fort Smith. TBI. We drove out the TI, still southbound, coming up to...
The driver struck a patrol unit, turned off his headlights, and continued fleeing until he trapped himself on a dead-end road. Officers removed him from the vehicle and placed him under arrest. He was identified as Alexander Raya.
Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now, you dumb mother! Get out of the car! Call out now! Call out! Get out of the car now! You want to get fucking tased? Turn the car! The dude, the fuck out!
Officers observed signs of impairment, and a partially consumed bottle of tequila was found inside. Raya faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing the scene, drunk driving, and dangerous driving.
From Pleasant Prairie Police.
Wisconsin police say a vehicle, wanted for fleeing in Winthrop Harbor, led officers on a high-speed chase all the way into Pleasant Prairie. Dashcam video shows 38-year-old Joshua McCarthy weaving through traffic, crossing into oncoming lanes, and putting other drivers at risk. Officers executed a pit maneuver, sending the vehicle into multiple rolls.
Get your fucking hands up!
0 over. Here, 104. 96.
Put your hands up!
5 occupants were transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. McCarthy is currently facing 14 felony charges, and including fleeing from police causing injury and reckless endangerment. The charges also include causing injury while driving under the influence of alcohol and possession of drugs. Pressing the gas didn't solve the problem, it turned it into a crash scene and a long list of felony charges. Officers received reports of a pickup truck driving at high speed and recklessly, forcing other motorists to swerve to avoid a collision. The vehicle was located on the highway and nearby local roads, prompting a coordinated pursuit.
Clerks will be advised, disturbance happened at 599 Lower McGuire League. If he's going up Crow Mountain, he's possibly heading back to location. He was extremely close.
Hands, I'm gonna put him out. He's driving too crazy.
10-4, J11. Portsmouth County, you go ahead with the patch if you want to. Copy that, I'll get us patch.
63, I think, Crow Mountain area.
10-4, copy. I didn't copy where he said. Follow 363 going across the lane.
As the chase continued, the suspect sped through residential areas and open fields, nearly causing multiple crashes. Units communicated over radio to contain the situation, and a controlled tactical contact was made to prevent further danger.
Coming up on 7,000 block of Crow Mountain State, potentially hit at the moment. They ran several times. Hit.
The truck came to a stop near a fence line. I'm in residential property. The driver was ordered out and taken into custody.
Close to Crow Mountain Road in Somerville Road. 423.
Get out of the car! No!
He sustained minor injuries and was evaluated at the scene. Officers observed signs of impairment. Minor property damage was reported. Authorities said the suspect's driving placed several people at serious risk. The timely intervention likely prevented a far more severe outcome.
Can't tell what state the temp tag's out of.
A traffic stop that appeared completely routine took place. There was no chase, no obvious warning signs. But within just a few seconds, everything turned in a way no one expected.
Talk to you a little bit while I'm running my checks, and then you'll show me the... Come on.
Omar Felix Cueva suddenly pulled out a rifle and opened fire, killing Officer Darian Jarrett at the scene. It ended in a tragedy that sent shockwaves through law enforcement.
Stopping at the 116. Copy. Shots fired at your unit. 4.
After the attack, Cueva fled eastbound on I-10. Multiple federal and local agencies joined the pursuit. Tire deflation devices were deployed, and gunfire echoed as the suspect continued driving while shooting back.
Central. He's on pure rim. He's on pure rim on the front right tire.
The pursuit ended near the Picacho exit. A police vehicle executed a pit maneuver, forcing the suspect's truck to stop. The incident came to a close after a series of split-second decisions made under extreme pressure.
Shots fired, Central. Shots fired. I don't know what he's got there. Firearms by his head. Firearms by his head. I got it.
What began as a routine traffic stop cost an officer his life and revealed the dangers law enforcement officers face every single day. Do you think traffic stops in high-risk cases need additional layers of protection for officers? If you agree, comment yes.
Adrian, you'll be fine, buddy.
I saw this happen. Is there anything I can do?
Okay.
They have EMS on the way.
Yeah, just stand back a little bit, please.
Is there anything else I can do?
Along I-75 near mile marker 153, a white Dodge Charger drew attention for its dark window tint. When troopers activated their lights, the driver accelerated and fled. The car exited and re-entered I-75 southbound, reaching speeds over 145 miles per hour, weaving through traffic and using the shoulder. Near mile marker 148, it collided with a patrol car and lost control. The Charger slid into a water-filled ditch and stopped. 2 occupants were taken into custody, and officers recovered drugs and a loaded handgun. Driver Tobias Cody was arrested on multiple felony charges. Extreme speed doesn't create an escape, it only shortens the distance to handcuffs. Georgia State Patrol responded to reports of illegal street racing near North Decatur Road and Claremont Road. Multiple vehicles were blocking the intersection, and crowds were beginning to form. A white Lexus fled at high speed, making dangerous passes and nearly causing crashes, putting the public at risk.
This other unit call, we can hear his little call, we're not calling back.
The driver then lost control on a sharp curve along West Ponce de Leon Avenue and collided with another vehicle. The suspect immediately surrendered and was taken into custody while the uninvolved driver received medical attention. Both vehicles were secured and the crash was investigated by responding units. What started as reckless street activity ended in injuries and arrests, a reminder that speed and ego collapse fast when control is lost. Officer Williams was patrolling Interstate 40 in Arkansas. He spotted a silver Ford Explorer linked to a stolen vehicle alert. He attempted a traffic stop. Instead of stopping, the driver accelerated. The SUV sped off at over 160 kilometers per hour, weaving through heavy traffic, squeezing past trucks, and even using the emergency lane to escape. Near Momel, the opportunity presented itself. A decisive maneuver caused the Explorer to lose control and come to rest along the median. The suspect was taken into custody and now faces multiple serious charges. Reckless speed doesn't create an exit. It only shortens the distance to handcuffs. What began as a routine traffic stop near J.A. Cochran Bypass quickly shifted direction. On July 11, 2024, deputies identified driver Eric Bernard Jones with a suspended license.
Hey, what's going on, boss? Go ahead and set down the car for me.
Okay. Hold on for a minute, man. Damn. Let me roll my window. Man, let me roll my window. I gotta shut it to roll the window. Man, come on, man.
85 miles an hour.
When ordered out of the vehicle, Jones fled. The pursuit ended on Ashford Road after he crashed.
Right on Ashford Street, head north south.
Deputies recovered fentanyl, methamphetamine, cash, and assorted pills from the vehicle. Jones was treated for injuries and booked into detention. Running didn't open an exit. It only stacked more charges ahead. Deputies attempted to stop a brown Chrysler 200 for equipment violations. The driver, identified as Jesus Keith Dixon, refused to comply and fled the scene.
We'll be on Riverdale Road. It'll be a Chrysler. Knock that shit off the road. We'll be coming back. We'll be going back towards highway. What is it? Light traffic. Speeds will be at.
You going east or west?
Going towards Abbey Road. Hold on. I'm feeling going back towards Riverdale Road. Get up to it, right here. No, keep going closer. Right here. Pit it.
The pursuit moved through Riverdale Road, I-285, and nearby streets. The suspect weaved through traffic, crossed medians, and narrowly missed a pedestrian in a marked crosswalk.
Turning left on the flat road, so we'll be going.
Okay, this is your best out. This is your best chance. Get up on it. Nope, cut across, go across. Making a U-turn. We're about to pit. Stand by. We're about to pit right now. Pit.
The chase ended after deputies pinned the vehicle against a concrete barrier, leading to Keith Dixon's arrest.
Hit it! Get out, crawl in the car. Crawl out. Hold on.
Outstanding warrants, multiple license suspensions, drugs, alcohol, and paraphernalia were recovered from the vehicle. What began as a simple stop quickly spiraled into stacked consequences, proving that running only adds weight to every decision behind the wheel.
A 911 call reported a domestic dispute at the Bellevue Transit Center. Officers arrived and contacted the caller, identified as 38-year-old Mohammed Moray Bangura.
False case. Okay. Saying?
Are you the one that called about the DV that happened right now?
A TV?
DV. Are people arguing?
Yes.
What's your name, Jude?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I didn't
just to me to understand, you call us because you said to dispatch you saw two people arguing. Okay, let's get to that first, and then we go to the second part.
Yeah. So that was happening over. Hey! Shot fire!
Bangura pulled a knife from his jacket and rushed toward the officers.
Shot fire!
One officer was seriously injured before another fired to stop the attack. Both were transported to the hospital and did not survive. Investigators allege the 911 call was fabricated to draw officers to the location.
Shots fired. Don't move, stop. Don't move, get your hands out.
Bangura pleaded not guilty to multiple charges and remains in custody on $5 million bail. False reports and sudden violence can create dangerous, irreversible consequences. A 16-year-old stole a U.S. Army van from a recruiting office in Sandy. When officers attempted to stop the vehicle in South Jordan, The suspect fled. Police made contact again and deployed spike strips, but the vehicle continued moving. As officers attempted to block the escape route, the van veered toward one of them. An officer fired in an attempt to stop the vehicle.
We got shot fired.
Get on the ground! Stop! 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 Do not move! Stop! Do not move! Do not move! Stop! 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 Put your hands up! Hands up! Put your hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands on the ground! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground!
The van came to a stop after colliding with a patrol unit. The teen was transported to the hospital and later did not survive. One impulsive decision can lead to irreversible consequences. Police and mental health professionals responded after a report that 53-year-old Everard Walker was in crisis. Family members were present as officers attempted to speak with him inside the apartment. Walker produced a knife and did not comply with commands to drop it. As he moved toward an officer who had fallen backward, another officer fired to stop the situation.
Go on, get it, get it.
Walker was transported to the hospital where he later died. Foothill Division gang enforcement officers observed 37-year-old Ramon Mosqueda exiting a parked vehicle on Radford Avenue. When officers attempted a pedestrian stop, he appeared to be holding what looked like a firearm. An officer-involved shooting occurred, and Mosqueda fled through the side yard of the residence. A perimeter was established, and SWAT responded, but he escaped after a thorough search.
Radford shot fired, officer needs help.
Hey, stay right there, stay right there, stay right there.
White shirt, black hat.
I got...
No officers or bystanders were injured during the incident. A black L-shaped butane lighter was recovered at the scene. Clear compliance can prevent irreversible consequences. If you agree, comment yes.
Hey, let me see your hand. Get away from the gun. Get away from the gun.
Indian River County deputies stopped a vehicle suspected to be linked to recent shootings and multiple firearm thefts. During the stop, Jamal Frederick exited from the back seat after officers discovered a gun inside the vehicle.
Put your hands up now. Front passenger, put your hands up. Don't move. Just keep your hands up. I see it. Yep.
Yeah. Put your hands up. Keep them up.
Put them out of the window.
Unlock the doors.
Despite being told not to touch the firearm, he grabbed it, creating an immediate threat.
You hear me? I'm gonna open this door. You keep your hands up. Step out. Come here. Hands. Do not.
He refused commands to raise his hands, stood up, and fled into a nearby residential neighborhood. He was subdued and given first aid before being transported to the hospital. Two firearms were recovered, both reported stolen. A call about a man armed with a knife brought West Sacramento officers to a Walmart parking lot. There, they encountered 24-year-old Adam John Lunt near his vehicle.
Stay in the car! Stay in the car!
Lunt stepped out and moved toward an officer while holding what appeared to be a gun and a knife. Officers discharged their firearms, and Lunt was struck. The weapon was later identified as a pellet gun, and the knife had been purchased shortly before the incident. Fire personnel attempted emergency medical aid at the scene. Lunt was later pronounced deceased. No officers or bystanders were injured. Do you think approaching in this situation was too risky? If you think so, comment yes. NOPD responded to reports of an intoxicated man pointing a firearm at people near Bourbon and St. Louis streets. The suspect was identified as 25-year-old Austin Bentel. Seconds after the first officer arrived, Bentel approached, drew a handgun, and pointed it at the officer before she could exit her unit. Four officers fired 15 rounds, striking him multiple times. A 9mm semi-automatic handgun was recovered, later found to have no magazine or ammunition.
Hold on, back up, I got it. Back up, watch your gun.
Investigators believe Bentel attempted to pull the trigger during the confrontation. Bentel was transported to a hospital and remains in custody as the investigation continues.